Peninsular River. The river systems in peninsular India are the peninsular drainage system predates the Himalayan drainage system. The vast, largely graded shallow basins and the maturity of the rivers attest to this. The Western Ghats, which run parallel to the western coast, serve as a water divide between the major peninsular rivers, which discharge their water into the Bay of Bengal, and smaller rivulets that enter the Arabian Sea. Peninsular River, evolution. Three important geological occurrences in the distant past shaped peninsular India's current drainage networks. During the early Tertiary era, the western flank of the peninsula began to sink, resulting in its submergence beneath the sea. In general, it has disrupted the river's symmetrical layout on both sides of the original watershed. The Himalayas were upheaved when the peninsular block's northern flank was subjected to subsidence and trough faulting. The Narmada and Tapi rivers run across faults, filling the original fractures with sediment. As a result, alluvial and deltaic deposits are scarce in these rivers. During the same era, a little tilt of the peninsular block from northwest to southeastern imparted orientation to the whole drainage system towards the Bay of Bengal. River systems in peninsular India. The peninsular drainage has a great number of river systems. Except for the Narmada and Tapi, most of the peninsular rivers run from west to east. The Ganga river system includes the Chambal, Sindh, Betwa, Ken, and Son, all of which originate in the northern region of the peninsula. The Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri are the peninsular drainage's other main river systems. In comparison to their Himalayan counterparts, these rivers have shorter and shallower courses. Some begin in the Western Ghats and flow to the Bay of Bengal, while others originate in the Central Highlands and travel west. The Western Ghats act as a water divide here, running from north to south towards the western shore. Some peninsular rivers emerge from the Central Highlands and travel westward. Both the Narmada and the Tapi rivers run westward and form estuaries. In comparison to other drainage systems, the peninsular drainage system is quite narrow. Peninsular rivers are defined by their straight course, lack of meanders, and non-perennial water flow. Narmada River System. The Narmada is the largest west-flowing river in peninsular India. The Narmada River flows west through a rift valley formed by the Vindhya and Satpura ranges to the north and south, respectively. It rises from the Maikala range near Amarkantak in Madhya Pradesh at an elevation of around 1,057 meters. The Narmada Basin is 1 lakh square kilometers in size and encompasses the states of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Chhattisgarh. The Narmada Basin covers 98,796 square kilometers or around 3% of the country's total land area. The basin is bordered on the north by the Vindhyas, on the east by the Maikala Range, on the south by the Satpuras, and on the west by the Arabian Sea. The basin, which is located at the northernmost extremity of the Deccan Plateau, spans large areas of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat, as well as a small amount of Maharashtra and Chhattisgarh. The Barna, Hiran River, Tendoni River, Coral River, Kolar River, Man River, Uri River, Hatni River, and Orsong River are right-bank tributaries. Buner River, Banjar River, Sher River, Shakar River, Dudi River, Tawa River, Ganjal River, Chota Tawa River, Kaveri River, Kundi River, Goy River, Karjan River are all left-bank tributaries. Tapi River System. The Tapti, sometimes known as the Tapi, is peninsular India's second-largest west-flowing river and is often referred to as the Narmada's twin. It begins at a height of 752 meters in Madhya Pradesh's multi-reserve forest. The Tapti River and its tributaries go across Vidarbha, Khandesh, and Gujarat plains, as well as large swaths of Maharashtra and a small portion of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. The Satpura Range to the north, the Mahadev Hills to the east, the Ajanta Range and the Satmala Hills to the south, and the Arabian Sea to the west define the basin, which is located on the Deccan Plateau. The basin is separated into two geographical regions, the hilly area and the plains. The hilly area comprises the thickly wooded Satpura, Satmelas, Mahadeo, Ajanta, and Gawilgar hills. The basin's steep section is densely wooded, whilst the lowlands are large and rich areas excellent for farming. The Suki, the Gomai, the Aranavati, and the Annar are all on the right bank. The Vagar, Amravati, Burai, Panjra, Bori, Gurna, Purna, Mona, and Sipna are all on the left bank. Mahanadi River System. The Mahanadi Basin drains 1.4 million square kilometers of land across Chhattisgarh and Odisha, as well as tiny parts of Jharkhand, Maharashtra, and Madhya Pradesh. The central India hills edge it on the north, the Eastern Ghats on the south and east, and the Maikala Range on the west. The Mahanadi, Great River, is a 560-mile-long river, 900 kilometers. Its source is in the northern foothills of Dandakaranya in the Raipur district of Chhattisgarh, at a height of 442 meters. The Mahanadi is one of the peninsular rivers most important, second only to the Godavari in terms of water potential and flood-producing capacity. The northern plateau, the eastern Ghats, the coastal plain, and the center tableland and erosional plains are the four physiographic zones of the basin. The Mahanadi's coastal lowlands have deltaic soil. The Sonath, Hasdeo, Mond, and Ibi are all left-bank tributaries. The Ong, Telephone, and Jonk are right-to-bank tributaries. Godavari River System. Peninsular India's largest river system is the Godavari, commonly known as the Dakshin Ganga. The Godavari Basin covers around 3 lakh square kilometers and includes Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Odisha, as well as tiny areas of Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, and the Union Territory of Puducherry, Yanam. The Satmala Hills, the Ajanta Range, and the Mahadeo Hills border the basin on the north, the Eastern Ghats on the south and east, and the Western Ghats on the west. The Godavari River rises to a height of 1,067 meters in Trimbakeshwar, Maharashtra's Nashik area, around 80 kilometers from the Arabian Sea. Darna, Penaganga, Wanganga, Wardha, Pranahita, Pench, Kanhan, Sabari, Indravati, are left-bank tributaries. Pravara, Mula, Manjra, Pedavagu, Mainar, are right-bank tributaries. Krishna River System. The Krishna is the peninsula's second-largest river that flows eastward. The Krishna Basin stretches over Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Karnataka, covering a total area of 2.6 lakh square km. The Balaghat Range borders it on the north, the Eastern Ghats on the south and east, and the Western Ghats on the west. The Krishna River originates in the Western Ghats at Jor village in Maharashtra's Satara district, at a height of 1,337 meters, just north of Mahabaleshwar. From its source to its mouth in the Bay of Bengal, the river is 1,400 kilometers long. The Deccan Traps in the northwest, indifferentiated crystallines in the middle, and the Cuddapah Group in the east define the geology of the Krishna Basin. A substantial fraction of the unnamed crystalline outcrops are found in the Dharwars, southwest central, and Vindhyan, east central. Ghatprabha, Malprabha, and Tungabhadra are on the right bank. The Bhima, Musi, and Munnaru are on the left bank. Kaveri River System. The Kaveri River rises in the Brahmagiri highlands of Karnataka's Kodagu district, 1,341 meters. It has an area of 81,155 square kilometers and runs across 800 kilometers. Unlike the other peninsular rivers, the river transports water throughout the year with less variation. The Western Ghats border the Kaveri River Basin on the west, the Eastern Ghats on the east and south, and the mountains that separate it from the Krishna and Pennar basins on the north. At an elevation of 1,341 meters, it is located at Talakaveri on the Brahmagiri Range near Charingala hamlet in the Kodagu district of Karnataka. The Harangi, Himavati, Shimsha, and Arkavati are important tributaries that join from the left, while the Lakshmana Tirtha, Kabani, Suvarnavati, Bhavani, Noyal, and Amravati join from the right. Thank you.